Sir, the question was it. There's been criticism. There's been criticism that this was. There's been criticism that this. Sir, Mr. President, there has been criticism. Mr. President, there has been criticism that this was an overreaction that was done because of political pressure.
You can cut my off and ask the question when you have more polite people.
Man, that was a horrible way to end that press conference. Golly. Welcome back to the program. It's Dana Loesch here with you, the bottom of our third hour. And wild. So he came out, he shuffles out, doesn't, offer some vagary, and then goes back, shuffles off. I mean, he didn't really say anything of, what was the thing that there was like one thing that he stated that I kind of raised an eyebrow at. They were giving the impression that we don't, apparently, we own the night. We can't identify whether something is a weather balloon or a personal or a drone for recreational use or a commercial drone. We can't tell that apart from spycraft. I mean, we have more of this, don't we? I think we had give me some of his, well, if we have that, some of his remarks on that, because that was pretty wild. There was one, I think, that came out. It just kind of amazing to me. And then as he's leaving, the press is asking him these questions. He was asked by a reporter if he is compromised. And that's when he said, "Give me a break, man, give me a break." And he, kind of lashes out a little bit at that reporter because they asked, "Are you compromised by your family's business relations in China?" And then that's what you heard with that exchange there. That was kind of a disastrous press conference. I don't see how that was good. I don't see how that was good for him at all. I don't think we learned anything new either. So, good heavens. So I've got questions. And then you had this from Karine Jean-Pierre, if we can play this, because she was asked as to whether or not when Biden was made aware of when the first spy balloon entered our airspace. Listen.
From you, when did the U.S. first begin tracking the balloon? Was it when it first took off from Hainan Island?
So that's a good question. I know that the Pentagon has answered that before, actually laid out a timeline of when that all occurred. I don't have that in front of me to share with all of you, so I would point you to the Pentagon. And so, again, they've had detailed information on the tracking of the balloon and when it was first, I guess, seen or visible to them, and also laid out when the president was informed. I just don't have that it's in great detail. I just don't have that in front of me at this time.
Good heavens. I just don't know. I just don't have that. I don't have it in front of me. It doesn't seem like I talked about this with Senator Josh Hawley yesterday. It just doesn't seem like Biden, if they were watching this when it took off from Hainan Island and then they watched the first spycraft float over the ocean, and then you know why he couldn't take questions? Because people would ask him, why didn't you give the order to shoot it down over the Pacific? Why did you wait for this thing to go and traverse mainland United States? Why did you wait till it was all the way over in Myrtle Beach before you did anything? He can't answer that question. Or they would have asked him, well, when were you first notified about this? He couldn't answer that question either, so he wouldn't. What's he going to say? What is he going to say? There's nothing he could say. So that's why he can't answer any questions on this. His first time speaking about it. How many days has this been? His first time even speaking about it. He's so behind the news cycle. That did not answer any questions. It did not calm any concerns that people may have had. And then he gets hostile with members of, give me a break. Come by my office and people will be more polite. Good grief. Maybe if you'd answer questions and wouldn't stop hiding from the press, then maybe, people wouldn't feel as though, they have to be aggressive in asking questions. Because he doesn't provide any answers. His spokesperson doesn't help for sure. And then I've got a couple of little, if we can get some of the cuts from him. because there were a couple there that I thought were kind of interesting. But and we'll get those as we have them. So he says, yeah, he tells the press, give me a break. I kind of think the one, and I was wondering this because I just, I'm kind of struggling with this idea that our government can't tell the difference between from spycraft to private recreational commercial drone. And the one that was shot down near Dead Horse, that one was said to have been traveling very, very slow. I think that probably was also spycraft, and they just don't want to say it.